Hi, nobodies. So the strangest thing just happened to me. So while I'm talking to you now, normally I don't look at myself too much because I hate what I see. But like today, I'm okay with my face. It's my ass and legs that I'm like. I was just I got out of the shower and I put my shirt on, had my underwear on and everything already. And the corner of my eye, I looked and I was like, "What the fuck is going on with my thighs?" Lovely thing about low self esteem and uh, borderline personality disorder is that sometimes things are horrible. You look at something and you say, "Oh my god, that's just hideous." Like I was looking at my legs and thinking, "They're just hideous." I mean, like I literally cannot pull like okay, maybe I can pull a little chunk of meat. So, um, but they're not huge legs, okay? Like my legs are not huge, but today I'm looking at my body and I'm seeing like one of those people who's got like all that hanging excess skin. That is what my little bit of flesh looks like to me. Is like, oh my god, it's all just hanging down there. That's so disgusting. And and literally like I know that it's not that bad, but it's just like when I look in the mirror sometimes I just look and I just say, ugh, God, you're horrid looking. You're just like I look disfigured to myself. I mean, every little flaw, and it makes me really self-conscious about my future. It's like, well, I could work out. That would fix that. But working out sucks. Cuz I do it by myself. I mean, who wants to do shit by themselves? I mean, there are things I like to do by myself, obviously. Um I mean, it's kind of my normal mode is alone. I like alone, but alone is a lazy thing. When it comes to working out, I need somebody to say, hey, let's go do this. Now, granted, there are people that say, hey, let's go do this. But I want to see them putting forth the effort that I need to put forth. Just going for a leisurely stroll is not going to do it for me. And when I look at like the weather outside, if the weather is just shit, I ain't going to go out in shit weather and break a sweat. Like if it's already a sauna out here in Arkansas, I'm not going to go break a sweat outside, not by myself. And I'm going to look at somebody who's like, hey, let's go jogging. Like, what the fuck, dude? It's fucking hot out there. I'll pass out. Not that I jog anyway, because like I've got like a knee or ankle thing. I will literally just fall. I don't trip, which actually I do trip, but when I'm running, it's even easier for me to trip. But most of the times when I fall running, it's like a straight down collapse. Like it just all gives way. Like something gives way. Um, I have injured myself quite a bit in pursuit of running. Now, short distances I can do because I'm not really thinking about it. Like if my kid's about to run out into the road and I see a truck coming, yeah, I'm gonna run, and I am not gonna fall down. But when it comes to like running for leisure, because I would love to run, would love to, but I know my past. There's a reason I didn't make track. Well, there's a couple of reasons I didn't make track, but I wanted to. Um, but I knew that falling down was a thing. I didn't participate in sports because as being who I am and that I watch things, I was going to play softball. Really wanted to play softball. Watched a chick get beamed in the face with a softball. Now I've had a softball hit me in the tit. Ain't nothing soft about that ball. Fuck no. I already knew what it felt like to get hit in the tit by a softball. When I saw that chick get nailed like flat in the face, I was like, no, fuck that. I mean, it is definitely encouragement to hit the fucking ball. I mean, I don't know that ball would have gotten near my face. I don't know how it hit her, but she got hit in the face, and I was like, fuck this game. No, not for me. Kickball, yes, I did do that. Basketball, hell no. I don't like somebody this close to me who's, especially if they're all sweaty and they're like moving up on me like that. It's like, hey, if you're gonna be this close to me, we fucking, you know, period. You this close to me, we ain't playing basketball. um, I do like a good game of horse though. Field hockey is my jam. But getting people to play field hockey, not so much. People don't want to play field hockey with me because they don't know much about it. I mean, Arkansas is not necessarily a hub of hockey. I mean, we got hockey fans here, but since, I mean, it's not a big deal here. At least not that I've ever heard. Because I so would have tried to get on that team. Of course, when I was in high school, girls being football players was just started. Like, there was a few people doing it, and it was a big deal. Of course, most of those girls were a lot bigger than me. Now it's more of a commonplace thing that the girls can try out, and if they make it. But I'm pretty sure that had there been a hockey team, I wouldn't have been able to try out for it because it would have been for boys. But there wasn't a hockey team. But for participation in PE class, I got to play hockey. I played by myself. Well, I wasn't completely by myself. The goal, the goal was to hit the bitches that I didn't like in the feet with the puck. That was the same goal in shuffleboard too. I wasn't worried about points. Fuck no. So I played volleyball with these bitches. I played basketball with these bitches. I ran around the gym with these bitches. I learned, okay, I didn't learn their stupid pep rally routines because I am not coordinated. I tried though. I did all of that so that on Friday I could aim pucks at feet. Of those cheerleaders who were like, come on, guys, this is like the easiest routine, and y'all are not getting it. It's like, okay, I didn't get it. How about you get this? Stop running around the gym in your socks. Bam, right in the toes, and going, oops, sorry, your feet shouldn't have been in the way of where I was aiming. I was evil. Nah, not real evil. I mean, I wouldn't approach it. I mean, I always played it off like it was an accident, but it totally was not. So, everybody who doesn't watch me, none of you are those cheerleading girls that I hated in school. Those little preppy bitches who would always say, you'd be so pretty if you'd put on makeup. Now, there was one time in that PE class, we had pictures that day, and I suck at getting my picture taken. They're always horrible. Well, this one day, it was picture day, and I was in my typical gear, jeans and a t-shirt. What was it? It was Megadeth, I think. It might have been Metallica. It was Megadeth or Metallica. And one of the girls, one of these pretty girls who was always like, you'd be so pretty if you put makeup and do your hair. They approached me and said, hey, Ann, can we do your makeup and hair? Now, I thought for sure this bitch was fucking with me. Because, I mean, these girls were, well, not particularly her. Because she wasn't somebody that I interacted with. So that means she didn't have good interactions or bad interactions. I just, didn't really, I didn't fuck with her. She didn't fuck with me. But I was still like, what if she's trying to get in with these cheerleader chicks? I was very distrustful of girls being nice to me. I mean, I always hung out with dudes because dudes were straight up. And I guess I was about 13 or 14. So I took a chance. And I was like, yeah, sure. Do my makeup. I mean, I was like, there's showers here. I can wash this shit off. Well, as she was doing my makeup, some of the other girls were like, hey, let's do her hair too. So, like, I was treated like a Barbie doll this day. And they would not let me look in the mirror. So I'm like, what the fuck are these people doing to me? You know? I mean, I was like super nervous about what they were doing. And I was really watching the ones with my hair, because I was like, they don't have scissors or bleach or anything like that. I was making sure they were just using hairspray on me. And when she turned me around to look in the mirrors, oh my God, people. That was the only year that I liked my school picture. And that wasn't even the one that went in the yearbook, because that was like, they had like these glamour shot type of pictures that they would do with like little crisscrosses in the back and lights and stuff. My hair and my face was so pretty that day. I should have learned from them, but I was so fucking nervous that I couldn't pay attention to what the girl was telling me about how to do makeup. This was literally the first time I'd ever really had makeup on. I mean, I would do like a little bit of lipstick and put some base on, and I was always worried about those lines, but I've always been just like seriously like uncomfortable in makeup. But that day I felt so pretty. And I guess it was that day that I started saying, you know what? People may not be what you think they are. Uh, I thought for sure that at least one of those girls was going to clown on me. I thought for sure one of them was going to do something to make me look like a fucking joke, you know? Um, but they surprised me. Now, were they my friends after that? No. Did anybody fuck with that initial girl who did my makeup? Fuck no, they didn't. They didn't fuck with her after that. Nobody fucked with her. I kept an eye on her. And I told my friends. And see, now, I wasn't a badass, but my friends were. My friends were tough. And if I said, hey, that chick's solid, nobody fucked with that chick. And that's how it was with my group of friends. The females that I did hang out with were pretty tough. And nobody fucked with me, really. I mean, the cheerleaders did, but that's like the hierarchy at that was the hierarchy at the school. They didn't, my friends, my badass friends, they didn't fuck with the cheerleaders and the jocks, period. Now, I mean, if they got into a beef with one of them, if it was a personal thing, then yes, it it could come to fists between the cheerleader and the hoodlum. But for the most part, like them fucking cracking jokes about us and making us feel real small, that kind of shit happened. And we just put up with that. So when it came down to, if I said, hey, that chick's solid, anybody, that meant that all of the people in my clique didn't fuck with them. And if somebody from one of the other cliques that wasn't the cheerleader clique fucked with them, like one of the other hoodlum cliques was messing with them, then my people were watching. It's kind of a weird thing. It wasn't a gang. We were a gang, but not a gang. Like nobody had to get beat up to join. You just had to be cool in their eyes. So, hence the Megadeth and Metallica and Skid Row shirts. I was proclaiming which group I was in. I was in the rockers group. Um, and I had some really badass friends that I wouldn't fuck with. I watched my P's and Q's with them too, because I was like, hey, I don't want to be uncool with them. But I did learn, to kind of give people a chance. Because, I mean, I could have learned so much about makeup if I would have been paying attention to this girl, because she did my makeup great. And before that time, I used to just think of her as Zit Face. I mean, she always, well, like, I would think of her as Zit Face and Cake Face, and I think that my friends would call her those names too, because she seemed kind of stuck up to us. So after that day, I actually did her a kindness, because my friends stopped calling her Base Face. They stopped walking around, like throwing oxy pads at her, because they would do that. That was kind of my idea. um, Shame on me. But hey, what do you expect of a 14 or 15-year-old kid? Who's got low self esteem and feels like shit about herself. That's what they do. They try to make other people feel bad. I just wasn't very direct about it. I wouldn't say stuff to her face, and I wasn't throwing oxy pads at her, but I gave the other guys the idea. But all that shit stopped for her. And, I watched her throughout high school, She was there. Anyway, that was a big, long, drawn out, stupid story that nobody needed to hear, but I went ahead and told it, and I'm going to go ahead and keep this like this. But just remember, folks, we see these imperfections about ourselves, and you have to realize that things are not as bad as you think. I mean, I saw a meme today. Kid you not? It said, "You everybody sees themselves as 5 times more attractive than they actually are," and it shows a picture of an old man who's overweight, and he sees like this young, good-looking guy. So I read this and I'm like, oh my God, if I think I'm 5 times more attractive than I am, how fucking hideous am I? I mean, seriously, Jesus, because I guarantee you that is not the case. I probably go the other way. That, I was like, who creates the. That's why, I tell people don't take the memes too seriously. I mean, it's great if it's agreeing with you, or whatever. But some of us do not relate to that. It is just because it's written, just because it's spoken, just because you identify with it, does not make it true for everybody. It's the same with like Capricorn traits, or uh, the star signs. You choose to say, okay, well, that's not me. That's not me. That's not me. This is me. I'm gonna post it. And then if somebody else thinks that, they're like, oh, cool. Then I'm totally a Capricorn. I mean, it's just ways that we relate to each other. That sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't. Anyway, I had a good day. I went to go see my aunt out in the country. It's a good little trek from my house. Went and saw my camel Humphrey. Showed him to my daughter Isabel. I enjoyed the drive as far as like I got a phone call. So I didn't really get to enjoy like the driving thing because I was talking on the phone. But anyway, still good day. Found fried okra. I love fried okra. Um, Shared that with my oldest kid because she loves it too. She and I are like food twins. Um, I hope that you had a good day. Today was a beautiful day in central Arkansas. Perfect temperature. Everything was great. No complaints except that I feel like my thighs are not the way they should be. And I could do something about that, but hey, let's face it, I'm lazy, I'm unmotivated to do that particular thing. So I'll just wait until another day when I think, hey, they look fine. Because that will happen. There will be a day where I'll say, I'm okay. Hope you had a good day. Have a good night.